What's up, everybody? Welcome to BODHI. I'm Tamal. This is Hallie. We're going to do a 30-minute power vinyasa practice today. We'll begin laying on your back in supta bharakanasana, so feet together, knees nice and wide. You're going to place the left hand on your heart, the right hand on your belly. We'll close your eyes. Just transitioning into a place where we're more meditative of the inhales and the exhales, the paraka rajaka. Looking to iron out any real inconsistencies here. Steamroll the breath out. And as we initiate this mindful style of breathing, just take a mental scan of what's tight and what's not. Maybe there's some stiffness in your calf muscles, maybe your lower back, maybe the shoulders or the neck. This way our practice has some intention behind it. We're not just kind of mindlessly going through the motions, commotions, and emotions of the practice. Let's take a big inhale through your nose. Let's hold your breath at the peak. And then out of the mouth. Again, inhale deeply through the nose, holding at the top. And then let it go. Go back to breathe through the nose. Make your breath sound like you're fogging a mirror with your mouth shut. Find the audible ujjayi. We'll blink your eyes open. You'll keep your feet together and your knees wide just like they are. We'll take your hands behind your head. Keep your elbows nice and wide. Big inhale, and as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders up. And at the last second, do a little round. Up and down on your own, just little crunches. When I text Hallie that we were going to do a practice, she's like, oh my gosh, RIP my abs. So I don't want to let her down. So just taking it at your own pace, there's no rush here. Every exhale, the belly is pulling in, the abdomen is firming, the head and shoulders are lifting, and every inhale, you're lowering and opening, expanding. Now, as you're going through these basic crunches, keep your feet in the shape they are, the legs in the shape they are. Lift your feet about 6 inches off the ground and keep going. All the good stuff. And since it's only a 30-minute practice, I want to make sure that we are getting it all in. Now you're going to hold a crunch, shoulders are lifted. Reach your arms forward, palms will face each other. Now extend your legs straight out 6 inches from the ground, or if your low back is lifting, take your legs a little higher. We'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees to your chest. So keep your knees into your chest. Reach your arms forward. This time palms will face down. Head and shoulders will lift. Get the knees over the hips. Lift the feet up the level of the knees. And as your arms move, your head and shoulders move with the arms. Everything's pulsing. Just doing the hundreds. Keep pulsing your arms, straighten your legs to the sky, and then you can decide whether you want to lower your legs at an angle about 2 feet from the ground, 1 foot from the ground, 6 inches from the ground. The kind of rule of thumb is if you notice your low back lifts, that's where you back off from. Hug your knees to your chest. So, let's place your feet on the floor, heels towards your butt. I want you to cross your right ankle over the top of your left quad. Take your hands behind your head, elbows are wide, left elbow to right knee, back and forth on your own. Every exhale, you pull on the belly, you firm the abdomen up. That's where the elbow and knees connecting with the exhale. Very nice. We'll switch sides, so right foot down, left ankle over right knee. Now right elbow connects to the inner left knee, back and forth on your own. For some reason, whenever Hallie shows it, we're always kind of matching. We don't even coordinate, it just happens. And then release, hug your knees to your chest. Okay, almost there. Take your hands behind your head again. Bicycle crunches, opposite elbow to opposite knee for the next half a minute. Again, slow or fast, there's no need to rush. The great thing about doing core work, especially in these quick practices, is it helps expedite the heating process. I mean, I'm sweating just watching you guys do it. Now try doing your bicycles, but with your legs straight, scissoring the whole time. People are like, oh, tight hamstrings, don't know if this is going to go well. Hug your knees to your chest. Last one. Point your legs to the sky. Let's reach your arms forward, palms face each other, head and shoulders lift. Lower your left leg 2 inches from the ground, pause. Get your right heel to lower and touch your left big toe, then lift the right leg back up, then switch sides. So now the right leg's gonna lower, left leg goes and touches the right big toe, lifts, then switch sides on your own, just like that. This one will get you. I say we just do this for the next 25 minutes. Hug your knees to your chest. So keep your knees into your chest. Take your arms out to the sides like cactus arms. Look to the right, drop both knees to the left. Other way. Yeah. Just a little twist. Try to pull the right shin bone in line with the left shin bone. That way you really feel it in your low back. And we switch sides. You're going to look to the left, drop both knees to the right. Bring your knees back up into your chest. Hug them in with the arms. So you can hold onto your hamstrings or the shins and start just to rock up and down until you get enough momentum that you're at seated. Then we bypass seated and we find our way to downward facing dog. So some of you will pop into it, some of you will shuffle into it. There's no hard and fast rules of how you get there. Once you're in down dog, you can pedal your legs out a little bit, shift your weight side to side, do any fidgeting that feels appropriate. And then we just settle with the legs hips width apart and the heels disappearing behind the toes. The arms are shoulder width apart, fingers point forward, the hands spread nice and wide. Let the forearms lift, the upper outer arms wrap down and around. Vacuum in the belly and use that momentum to pick up the hips and the thigh bones and press them back a bit more. And let's drift to plank, top of a push-up. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Let the index fingers glide forward. So the whole inner palm is rooted down. The forearm's going to turn slightly inward while the upper outer arm is going to wrap back. Then the belly goes in. The tailbone scoops towards the inner thighs. Let the frontal hip points lift. Start to draw your heart forward as you press the thigh bones into the hamstrings. Take a big inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to do that one more time, but we're going to have an alternate variation. On an inhale, drift to plank. Let's go to your forearms. So you're going to rest the pinky finger sides of your hands on the mat like you're karate chopping them into the floor. And if you have a block at home, you can always frame a block. Otherwise, notice if your hands are close and your elbows are wide, do the opposite. Elbows a little closer, hands a little wider. Then frame in the belly, then scoop the tailbone towards the inner thighs. Let those frontal hip points lift, let the low belly lift. Now you guys thought the core work ended when we were on our back. Not today. One hand at a time, come back to upper push-up, then back to downward facing dog. We'll run through some basic vinyasas to stretch out the abdomen. On an inhale, drift to plank. As you exhale, lean out, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, maybe upward facing dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Let's do one more, just breath cues. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. So this next thing is going to be core work, but it's also a little upper body. Let's lift your right leg up. Pause. Dorsiflex your right foot. So the right toes point down, and you can feel the front of that right shin bone engage. Then spin your right inner thigh to the sky. So that means there's a micro internal rotation in that right leg. Let's bring the right knee to your nose, shoulders are over the wrist, pause. Press the earth away, so there's a little protraction in the shoulder to round in the upper back. That should enable you also to bring the knee closer to the sternum, igniting your abdominal muscles. Then inhale, extend the leg back. Again, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist, think cat pose. Then inhale, extend it back on your own for 30 seconds. So the goal here is to not only warm the body, but we're obviously starting to strengthen the muscles, tone the muscles. And then we're going to meet with the right leg extended back. Lunge the right foot between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Climb onto your fingers. Take a moment to steer your hips forward. Then notice if you're slouching, draw the sternum forward. Then you'll take your hands and just reach them back. Palms will either face each other or they'll face the floor. Notice if you're looking up and straining in the cervical spine, think about tucking your chin in, leading with the crown of your head forward. So you're lifting the base of your skull, the occiput off the C1, and just stretching the suboccipitals out. Those are the little dimple imprints at the base of your skull there. Now we'll make a small change. Reach your arms forward, palms face each other, or they can face up. See if you can get those arms a little straighter. Let those hamstrings, glute muscles, and quadriceps start to fire. Think crescent and come all the way up. So the first thing I like to do is not only sink into the front knee so it rests at 90 degrees, but Hallie is doing a great job of softening the back leg quite a bit so you can exaggerate the posterior tilt, the tailbone going under. Because most of the time we like to dump in our lower back, and that's just not appropriate. It doesn't serve our practice or our bodies. And you start to frame in the outer glutes, the outer hips. So you don't want them tick-tocking to either side. Front ribs start to go in and down, so the back ribs lift up, up, up. And see if you can lift your sternum. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, hands come down to the ground. Let's step back to plank, and let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll lift the left leg up, we'll pause, dorsiflex the foot, spin the inner thigh to the sky. Now bring the left knee to the nose, shoulders are over the wrist, think cat pose. Then inhale, extend it back on your own, 30 seconds. As you're moving forward and back, try to keep those arms straight and strong. You want a good base, a strong foundation to play with. The next video we should do is sweater yoga. We're all wearing like wool sweaters. Let's meet with the leg extended back. Lunge the foot between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Climb onto the fingers. Again, we're trying to steer our hips forward. Take the slouch out of the upper back. Fire up the right leg. Then you can reach your arms back. Again, palms will either face each other or they face the floor. We take the shoulder blades, we glide them down towards the sit bones. The neck stays long, and then we make a small change. Reach the arms forward. Now the palms face each other or they face up. Just always thinking about externally rotating, clearing the space, clearing the congestion in the shoulders. And then on an inhale, come up crescent. Soften the back leg. Find some slack there. Scoop the tail under. Knit the front ribs in. Elevate the back ribs away from your kidneys. As those arms get straighter and closer together, see if you can soften the trapezius down. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, hands come down to the ground. Let's step back to plank and let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bends. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. So let's come up high in your toes. Let's bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, open your arms and rise to standing. Circle your arms overhead, palms connect. Pray you're in front of your heart. So we'll do Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold your body forward. Inhale, glance out. Then exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So We'll do one more round of that, and then we'll take another detour. Let's come up high in the toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise to the apex. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll step your feet together. Let's drift to plank, top of a push-up. Kick both heels to the right. Send your left arm up to the sky for side arm balance, Vashisthasana. So if you want to modify this, there's two options. You can do what Hallie's doing, which is sliding the left leg in front of the right and just setting on the floor. So the legs are just staggered off. Or you could just drop the right knee to the floor underneath your right hip. Otherwise, we're taking the top arm and reaching it over your head. Getting long through the sides of the waist and then long through the sides of the neck, so we don't have an unnecessary lateral flexion going on in the cervical spine. Reach the left arm up. Left hand comes down to the ground, top of a push-up. Pause, lift your right leg up. Bring the knee to the nose. Without lifting the palm, step it through. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Climb onto the fingers. Oh, this thing again. Steer the hips forward. Take the slouch out of the upper back. Reach your arms back. This time it's a little different. You're keeping all the weight in that right foot. Let's lift the left foot up. Warrior 3. So we want to anchor the mound of the right big toe down. That's the balancing point. Put a micro bend in that right knee because we need buoyancy for the joint. But as we level the hips, you want to get that left leg straight as can be, like you're trying to stamp the left heel on the back wall. Reach the arms forward. Bend the right leg, think crescent, step way back. So it's kind of like what we did earlier, except we added in that little warrior 3. Keep pressing the right calf towards the right shin. Softening the back leg, getting those arms straighter, tucking the chin in a little bit so it's not hanging forward. Big inhale. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. So we'll step your feet together. We'll drift to plank. And let's kick both heels to the left. Send your right arm up. Again, if you want to modify, you can always stagger your feet off like Hallie's doing. You can drop the left knee to the floor. Otherwise, we take the top arm, reach it overhead. Try pulling the left hip back towards the left a bit and let your right hip move to the right a little bit. Scoop the tailbone towards the heels. Check those front ribs in. Reach the right arm up. Right hand down, top of a push-up. Pause, lift the left leg up. Knee to nose. Step it through. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Climb onto the fingers. Steer the hips forward. Soften the shoulders down. Now we make a small change. Reach your arms back. It sounds like somebody's doing construction. Soften the jaw, the lips, the tongue. Now start to anchor into that left big toe and lift that right leg up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Try to stamp that inner right heel on the back wall. Find something to stare at, whether that's a knot on the wood floor or your carpet or your yoga mat. Something to fix your drishti, your gaze on. Reach the arms forward. Think crescent, step way back, reach to the sky. Good job. No crash landings. So, as your front ribs are going in, the bottom tip of your sternum, that long bone in your chest that runs up and down, the bottom tip's going to go down as well. But notice if that creates a little hunch or slouching motion, I want you to lift the top part of the sternum up. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath at the peak. Out of the mouth. Let's rise high in the toes. Let's bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glancing out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach high, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to folds. Inhale, glance out, then exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose like we've been doing. Step it through, back heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back, let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, back heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. We step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we only have one more round of that Surya Namaskar B to run through. Then we'll play with a short little heat sequence. We'll start cooling you down, guys. Let's come up high in the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to folds. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through, back heel down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior A. Exhale, hands come down. We step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll take a big inhale through your nose and hold your breath. Out of the mouth. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Notice if your chest is getting lopsided, think about lifting that left armpit more, getting heavier in your right palm, and that'll help square the torso off. Come up high in your left toes, bring the right knee to the nose. Step it through. Back heel turns down. Lead with the left arm, come up warrior two. So let's widen your stance enough so that your right thigh is parallel with the floor. If you need to wipe sweat off your face, you can. Then you set up front heel to back heel. Let your back foot turn in at like 10 degrees, just a little bit. Press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. Extend forward through your inner right thigh and then hug the outer right hip in. Scoop the tail under, draw on the belly, lift the chest. And we'll place your right fingers down on the outside of your right shin and calf on the floor, the pinky toe side. If you want to put your hand on a book or a block, go for it. Turn your left hand down, reach over your own head. The left bicep hangs nice and low. And like we did earlier in our side arm balance in our Vashisthasana, get long through the sides of the waist, long through the sides of the neck. So we're just straightening everything out. And just let your legs cook a little bit. Let's come up to warrior two. Place your right hand down in the inside of your right foot. Double timing it. So drop the left arm behind your back. You can find the crease of the right hip with those left fingers, or you can go for the full bind, which is right arm going under the right hamstring, grabbing a hold of the left fingers or wrist, and pulling the left arm down the back. Whatever variation you're in, try leaning your shoulder blades to the right a little bit. Let the whole pose open up. Let's find warrior two. Turn your right palm up, reach it up, drop the left hand to your left thigh, find a reversed warrior, then exhale, windmill your hands down to the ground. Let's step back to plank, let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open up the hip. Pause, check in with the torso, see if you can square it towards the floor. Come up high in the right toes. Bring the knee to the nose. Step it through. Back heel down. Lead with the right arm. Come up warrior two. So we widen the stance quite a bit. Again, you want that left thigh parallel with the floor. Set up front heel to back heel. Let the back foot turn in at 10 degrees. Press the right thigh bone into the hamstring. Let the inner left thigh travel forward, the outer left hip hug in. Scoop the tail under, draw on the belly. Now place your left fingers down on the outside of the left shin and calf on the floor. Again, if you need a prop, use it. Turn the right hand down, reach over your head. That right bicep's going to hang low. The torso's going to get long. The inner heels are going to start dragging towards each other like you're trying to bunch up the center of your yoga mat. Breathe it out. Let's come up warrior two. Place your left hand down on the inside of the left foot. Drop the right arm behind the back, half bind or full bind. Again, remember the rule of thumb is whatever you did on the first round, you want to do on this round. We'll come up to warrior two. Turn your left palm up, reach it up, drop the right hand to right thigh, find reversed warrior, then exhale, windmill the hands down, step back to plank, let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well, Hallie's sweating, so I know my work has been done. Let's take a big inhale through the nose, hold it at the top. Out of the mouth. Right leg lifts. Lunge the right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee to the floor. Release your left toes. Scoot the left leg way back. Let's take pigeon pose. Walk your right foot to your left hand. Drop the right knee to right hand. Go to your forearms or lie all the way into it. At home, if you want to put a block or rolled up towel underneath your right hamstring as support, that's always a good option. We'll be here for a minute. No rush. And let's come onto your hands. Let's tuck your back toes. Let's find downward facing dog. You want to shake it out, pedal it out, go for it. Lift the left leg up, lunge the left foot forward, drop the right knee, release the right toe, scoot the right leg back, then walk your left foot to the right hand, drop your left knee to left hand, use a prop if you need a prop. We'll settle in here for another minute, just evening it all out. And then let's come onto your hands. Tuck your back toes. Let's find downward facing dog. And shake it out. Fidget all you like. And then let's lower your knees to the floor. Cross one ankle over the other. Sit behind your feet. Swoop your legs forward. Scoot forward and then let's lay on your back. Let's hug the knees to the chest. Release your left leg out. Only hug the right knee in. Send your right arm out to the right. Palm up. Look to the right, twist the right knee to the left. Maybe scoot that left hip to the right a bit more. Let's hug the right knee into your chest. Release it next to left. Hug the left knee into your chest. Send the left arm out to the left, palm up. Look to the left, twist the left knee to the right. Maybe scoot that right hip back a little bit. Hug the left knee into your chest. Let's hug both knees into your chest. Place your forehead onto your knees. Take a very big inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze everything, all tension, all stress into one tight little ball. And then let it all go. Sprawl open. Shavasana. You've arrived. Take these moments to check out. Stepping aside from all the physicality. Making things very simple for yourself, just to rest and breathe. Jayatam Srimate Katyani Devi Dasi Kripa Abdaye Patita Nambando Radha Krishna Padakamola Devi Jaya Jaya Namo Namo Namaste Saraswati Devam Ingora Vani Pachardane and Nirva Sesha Sunya Vade Vaska Chades Darine Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Gadid Hara Srivasa Dei Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Together, take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath at the top. And then let it go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring movement back to the body. And with your eyes still shut, let's roll over to your right side. And then with your eyes still closed, let's come up to seated. Sit up tall, take your hands at prayer in front of your heart. Follow your breath. Taking time every day to find a little bit of gratitude will greatly impact our outlook on life and our perspective. Take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath at the top. Out of the mouth. Bow your head. Namaste. Thank you guys for practicing with us here on BODHI. We'll see you guys again soon.